more, we can cross to the Ukrainian capital and speak to our correspondent, Gulliver Cragg. Gulliver, tell us, what kind of weapons is Kyiv hoping for?
Well, the Ukrainians are still hammering on this idea that they really need sophisticated fighter jets, American F-16s, for example, and they're sure to be talking about that again today. Also, they want longer-range missiles to target Russian bases, they say, inside occupied territory only. They don't want to use Western-supplied weaponry to hit targets inside Russia, but the obvious point is that if you've got a longer-range missile, you can fire from deeper into Ukrainian-held territory and therefore from a safer place to hit targets in Russian-occupied parts of Ukraine. But today's meeting is really actually being billed as the air defense meeting. As you said, one of the things that came out of those leaked Pentagon documents was that Ukraine was running dangerously low on ammunition for its air defenses, surface-to-air missiles, for example. The country got through the winter without its electricity grid completely collapsing, despite a series of massive attacks by Russians, long-range missiles fired from Russia to electricity power stations, transformers, and so on throughout the winter. But of course, the cost of that was that the Ukrainians had to expend large amounts of surface-to-air missiles that could be used for shooting down fighter jets rather than cruise missiles. And now they're worried that this could be a problem with the coming counteroffensive if the Russians start to use their air force in a much more serious way than they have been doing so far, and the Ukrainians don't have the wherewithal to shoot it down. So they're really talking about new, more sophisticated air defense mechanisms, such as the Patriot missile batteries that Ukraine has now got several of, apparently, but also simply more ammunition for the older ones.
And Gulliver, speaking of anti-air missiles, there were air sirens ringing out in Kyiv early this morning. What's the latest you can tell us from there?
Yes, there were a couple of air alerts overnight in Kyiv and across other parts of the country as well. This morning, the Ukrainian Air Force is reporting that there were some 10 Shahid drones flying over Ukraine last night, and they say that they shot 8 of them down. As to where the 2 that weren't shot down hit, there's information that one infrastructure object in Poltava region in the centre of the country was hit without any casualties. As to the other one, they haven't published any information so far.
All right, Gulliver, thank you very much for that update. That's our correspondent in Kyiv speaking there, Gulliver Cragg.